Ben David's still doing my normal thing, collecting fossils. Fossil record recuerda de mucho. Toto. You guys are all insane in the year 2022 without a fossil history. Historia fusiles, de fusiles. Where are all of the fossils? The fossils, the fossils, the fossils. Let's listen to NPR as we consider that 40,000 years ago we had humankind walking as I am standing here explaining to you, Dankeschön, Arubashe, etc., 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 etc. What are you doing, little baby children? What are you doing where you have a 40,000 year fossil from 1860? And in the year 2022, you have a cult you can't turn off with 1 year, 40,000 years. And why? On 7/28/1996, you have 9,200 years. You can't go 7 trillion. You learned that in school. Well, your little baby retards is who you are after the year 1989. You're born on accidents. That's the best I got for you right now. You personally, having been born after the year 1989 or before the year 1989, you kept a medieval legend. In the year 2020, whatever year it isn't, year's not 6,000 years. You knew that already. You were taught that in school. That meant that Jesus was a false Messiah and a false legend. Legend. What are you doing, little baby children? What are you doing? Who are you being taught by? You're following legend, little baby children. What are you doing? Legend is Jesus, legend the Bible, book you never read. Did you know that? From the year 1610. In the year 1859, the universe was 707 trillion years old. And in the year 1665 to the year 1666, it was said cut off the balls of the billions years Grand Canyon, 6,000 years Magic Coopers. You remain medieval. Y'all retards, having remained medieval. Y'all in a retarded state of existence. You're in a retardation of we can't turn the Bible off. And there's not 6,000 years of age when the Bible was first printed. Jesus be a legend after that. So in these very broken up habitats, vertebrates do really well. And in fact, this site, but you have shitty habitation. You don't comprehend that much. Let's listen. Listen, help on National Public Radio. Who are you going to help? Ira Glass, when he saw the multitudes, he went up on a mountain. He sat down and he got a radio show. Right on. And he's never once used his genomic brilliancy of, hey, I grew up from a Jew. Let's be more like Fred Rogers and sit in the year 1960. 1965, 1963. These are all Cold War era. You're in the Cold War era with the Bible still in print at 6,000. Your Earth is not for real. Powerful, huh? 7 trillion universe now is for real. You're still in the Cold War era until we utilize the reality of getting rid of you on that and castrate the Pope in the billions years Grand Canyon and saying, hey, you're priest-raped boys. Time to get rid of you. In years or decades, and those are deep scars that are going to really damage the Earth forever. And climate change, of course, is it does not take more than 1 minute, fucking cult on the internet got questions.org, to explain that the Earth is not 6,000 years old, little baby incompetent retards. You were born on accidents. Retards. Retarded for having been born. Every one of you. And y'all retarded for having been born. I don't have to think because I was born. I into whatever I got. Yeah, you got fucked over and you got left in hell. In the year 2022, you're just stupid. Go to gotquestions.org and use your intelligence to go, I have an Android phone now. I could use it. And go, well, I'm connected to this thing called the world. And I even utilize this phone thingy to push buttons and no longer have to use a rotary thing connected to the wire to go, wow, I'm connected to the ground. Good for you. Good for you. 1909. Men of the ground, you retard. You were connected to the ground when you lived that way. You're all stupid. When you erase the dirt you're on. You erase the age of the dirt you're walking on, retard cult. Billions years Grand Canyon, the retard cult they can't get rid of. Retard, no brain cells. Get the fuck off the internet. Got questions, not too dumb for the internet.
I'm Sarah McCannon. Good morning. As the threat of war between Russia and Ukraine rules, what's motivating Vladimir Putin?
What's motivated Vladimir Putin? Well, the United States has the cult on I think like astronauts are here to dump us. Stupid. Fucking idiots. You don't know what fucking year it is.
So be careful with the cat videos that you choose to consume. Or just stop yourself. Like limit yourself. It's Sunday, January 23rd. The news is next.
Live from NPR News, I'm Giles Snyder. Britain's Foreign Office has declassified secret intelligence with intel shows that Russia is planning to install a pro-Moscow government in Ukraine. Vicky Barker reports from London. There are questions about the timing and the accuracy of the report.
It's believed to be the first time a British official has published secret intelligence to justify a policy decision since the Second Gulf War. That intelligence suggests
1989 left in hell.
Weapons proved to be false, and at least one British newspaper is suggesting this latest revelation is the time to distract from Prime Minister Boris Johnson's domestic problems. The man named in the intelligence is the
Down for the Bible, 2 verses. I don't want to see God. Nobody's ever seen God. Idiot Bills, learn how to read.
British Foreign Secretary Liz Truss says the UK will not tolerate a, quote, Kremlin plot to install pro-Russia leadership in Ukraine. The Russian Foreign Ministry has dismissed the allegations. For NPR News, I'm Vicky Barker in London.
The White House is calling the British assessment deeply concerning and says the U.S. stands with the newly elected government of Ukraine. President ordered an airstrike on a detention facility in Yemen has risen to 87. NPR's Bruce Sherlock says 8 groups with a number of injured and more than 200.
The aid group Doctors Without Borders says rescuers have now ended their search for survivors in the rubble of the destroyed detention facility in the northern Yemeni city of Sada. A coalition led by Saudi Arabia hit the prison with airstrikes on Friday in a bombing campaign targeting parts of Yemen controlled by Houthi militias. The air raids also took Yemen almost entirely off the internet for days. Residents of the Yemeni capital, Sana'a, say the airstrikes have continued through the weekend. The Saudi coalition intervened in Yemen's war in 2015 to fight the Houthis, who are backed by Saudi's regional rival, Iran. Rights groups and some foreign governments have condemned Saudi-led airstrikes that have hit schools, wedding parties, and other civilian targets. Ruth Sherlock, NPR News.
The New Zealand Prime Minister Jacinda Ardern is postponing her own wedding because of a coronavirus outbreak that has prompted the government to impose new restrictions.
My wedding will not be going.
So you have all of this going on in a cult on the internet that doesn't know how to read words. Idiot cult on the internet, get lost.
I'm so sorry.
Ardern says New Zealand is moving to the red setting of the country's pandemic response following the discovery of 9 cases linked to the Omicron variant. They were detected in members of a family who attended a wedding.
1860, you have a 40,000-year fossil. 1996, you have a 9,200-year fossil. 1922, you grew up from great apes because of Charles Darwin in 1859, and you call yourself smart. Hey, we reject 6,000-year Earth and science. NASA scientists who had a ape floating, a monkey floating in outer space in the 50s couldn't figure out the billions years Grand Canyon was for real underneath the ape that didn't shit on your head, but should have.
That's forced a change in policy for patients. And Carpenter reports that hospitals
It's dumb to even have a dog.
and double vaccinated patients to share hospital rooms. BC's health officer Dr. Bonnie Henry says anyone who tests positive for COVID while in hospital for other reasons will be permitted treatment in rooms with those who tested negative and are double vaccinated. Many are concerned about the road. Some health officials admit it's not an ideal situation. Henry says the decision will be left to hospitals. Some people, like Sarah Adams, whose husband is in hospital, want staff to inform patients when they are having to share a room with someone who is COVID positive.
COVID positive, retardations of no brains, fossil records, billions years Grand Canyon, retardations on Facebook with no brain. Retardations on Facebook with no brain. Use your really hard to use fingers and go, hey, we can type with these things. And you grew up from a great ape, so cut off your coccyx. Retards. I'm going to grow up from great apes. Too stupid to even use this internet now with the cult on it. Too dumb to read words. 1910, too hard for you in 1610. In the year 2021, and in the year 2010, it's not 6,000 years old because the Grand Canyon is billions of years old. But you're too retarded, stupid, too dumb for the 65,000 year present of the Aboriginal people of the continent of Australia right now.
Good morning from Spokane Public Radio. It's 6 minutes
Too
after 6.
dumb to figure out that Jesus is a legend after 65,000 years. Too immoral, incompetent, and stupid.
So glad you're with us. What's going on this morning?
1989, and then you bred. Fucking idiots.
Stick around.
Take your great ape, you evolved it. Go to gotquestions.org and learn how to type.
It used to be in a state of watchful waiting, with eyes on its border and on the thousands of Russian troops on the other side. The first U.S. shipment of what is called lethal aid arrived in Ukraine yesterday, including ammunition.
Learn how to read and write. You haven't done that yet.
Schmitz is in the capital of Kiev and has been talking with lawmakers and defense experts about Ukraine's preparations. Hello,
Use something technologically sound, such as Bible Hub Gateway. Go, what does Deuteronomy 34:10 and Exodus 33:11 say? When you were born into a 770 trillion year old universe now.
Mistaken these scenes of normalcy as a country that isn't quite sure what's going on its doorstep. But Ukrainians are quick to correct that assumption. Yesterday, I had a chance to meet Lesla Vasylenko, a member of Ukraine's parliament. It was morning.
Let's see what we can
She had just
spark
gotten
from.
a sleeper train from Ukraine's eastern border. She took a delegation from the British Parliamentary Foreign Affairs Committee there, and they too had asked her why Ukraine seemed so calm given the looming threat of Russian invasion. And here's what she told them.
We have been living in a state of war for the last 7 years, going on 8 now. And physically, psychologically, emotionally, it would be impossible if all of us up to now would be still stressed, would be concerned 24/7 and showing signs of anxiety. You would see a different Ukraine then. It would go that way. You would see people panicking. You would see everyone suffering from depression, panic attacks, locked in total lockdown, not because of COVID, but because of security situation. Or you would see ghost towns and an empty country.
And Sarah Vasylenko told me that on her trip to the border, it was clear that the Russian soldiers on the other side of the army that is preparing to attack, but an army wrapped up in its own training exercises. Russia is preparing naval exercises along Ukraine's southern coast, and so is NATO. What Vasylenko is worried about is a potential Russian invasion from Ukraine's northern neighbor, Belarus, as well as one from Russia-occupied Crimea on the southern coast along the Black and Azov Seas. But she said that Ukrainians are ready for whatever may come.
Okay, Rob, just last night, Britain's foreign ministry said it has information that the Russian government is planning to install a pro-Moscow leader.
Our office hours are Monday
What are
through
you
Friday,
hearing about
9
this?
to 3.
Yeah, this was a communique by the British issue late last night, which said Putin has plans to install Ukrainian politician Viktor Moreyev as its leader after an apparent attack or invasion of the country. Moreyev is a pro-Russian politician who
please record your message. When you have finished recording, simply hang up or press pound for further options.
The Russian Foreign Ministry labeled this.
My name is Ben David, and I know that the continent of Australia has been populated for 65,000 to 250,000 years. I also know that the Earth is not 6,000 years old, and utilizing those two little pieces of information, the 770 trillion year old universe would become for real right now. If you took your fingers to gotquestions.org and you told them that, hey, the Great Plague of London lasted from 1665 to 1666, so we need to castrate you and drop your balls into the billions of years of Grand Canyon and get you off the internet. Okay, do that tomorrow and today, and wait until for the 6,000 year Earth legend kept cult website to die, and they're never going to die off because they can't figure out that you were taught in school that the Grand Canyon's billions of years old and you got really fucked in the year 1989. But in the year 1666, you were then born. So go over there and tell them that they shouldn't have been born without the billions of years Grand Canyon, okay?
The US, NATO, and so on. And I understand you've also had a chance to speak with war veterans who could be called up again to fight should Russia invade. What are they telling you?
Yeah, they're telling me that the Ukrainian